guys. I think that I'm live. I hope all is working. I hope the sound is good and that the chat is working because we need that up. Let's all set a little prayer that it's not going to be such a hot mess as last time. I'm just waiting for you guys to find the live stream, to get the notifications. I'll just wait for the first chat to come in so I know that it's working. Oh, hi Neelam. I'm glad that you found the live stream. Shanisa, it's been a very long time. How are you doing? How is everything? Over here, all is well, still alive, still doing the work. Let me just move this here. Sorry. Also, Neelam, I hope that you're doing okay. I'm good. That's so good to hear. I'm glad you're doing good. Candace, you made it. Yep. It definitely did found you. So nice. We already have a lot of feminine energy coming through. I'm just shuffling the cards. So we still have Mercury retrograding. It is definitely on the end, you know. In a couple hours, Mercury will go direct. Well, in like 24 hours, a little bit less. But then we're dealing with a little bit of shadow period. But I always believe like the shadow period up front, and then like the first week and a half is often like the strongest energy of the retrograde. Really? Yeah, last live stream, I was just talking about that Mercury retrograde. Really got affected badly. I heard that more people weren't able to like come back in, and it was just a very strange energy. We just tried to make it work, and I hope tonight, or for me it's nighttime, for you guys maybe daytime still, it's going to be a lot better. Can't believe how quickly it's going. Like we're already, you know, halfway through September, and it's getting dark a lot earlier actually already again. But then also last week, out of the blue, we had like this hot wave, hot wave. Is that how you put it? Of like a couple days, like all the way up there. I really enjoyed it because I actually wanted to have like a little bit of a last minute somewhere to some heat, but it came to me. How nice. But it did definitely affect my ability to like record and everything because the room just heated up really quickly. But anyways, I'm just going to like prepare the decks because I think that people will just continue to come in. And after, you know, if all goes well, this live will be saved, and you know, people can watch back, especially when it comes to like the pick a card reading I'm gonna start off with. So let's just begin. Let's see which deck. Of course, I'm gonna pick up the Moonology deck. Try to sort of awaken the energy a little bit in the cards. It's upside down. Everything is a little bit upside down at the moment. I do feel that that's like a side message that I really want to send out is often, you know, Virgo season. It's like sort of going back to school season, going back to work, getting back into like a sort of more of a routine energy after summertime. But Virgos, right before we move into Libra season, it is all really detail orientated. So certain details that maybe normally are not such a big deal now may actually really draw your attention into it. What I feel with this energy this week, especially with Uranus, it's like important to be conscious about being aware of like the bigger picture. And it's not necessarily that we really have to have the viewpoint of like we're focusing on the bigger picture and everything we do is supposed to support this bigger picture. It's more like, no, let's try and be a little bit open with our energy so we have sort of an overview of multiple areas in our life, even if one area is really on the forefront trying to take up all the space and the energy and nagging you, or maybe you're just really motivated towards one side of one area of your life. That's all good. Just try to ease in a little bit and have like that overview point, because there might be some details you might miss because of that pull that you might feel towards really focusing on one thing. I'm a great believer of one thing at a time, one day at a time, one thing at a time, because I feel like we're capable of focusing more and our brain doesn't get overstimulated. But being conscious and aware of multiple things in your life, but not overly focus on one too much. It's okay for a morning, it's okay for a day, but just being conscious, because something might actually go under the radar and actually create like more of like a hiccup of more of like, I hear damage, but I think that's a little dramatic, but that's what I'm channeling. um, you know, if we would have actually been able to cut it a little earlier because we weren't just focusing on one thing. So that's just something that I'm feeling. I wanted to just bring it out. For some of you, maybe like work, 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 but then your health is like really taking, you're picking up like a back cold or something, that if you would have been a little bit more conscious about that as well, then you probably would have catched it sooner and wouldn't have to deal with, actually being at home, staying, in homes, being sick and all of that. So that's what I'm, yeah, that's just something that I was channeling for this energy, for this, especially for this new moon, because we're all like, new moon energy and it's all good. It's a positive energy. But we also have to take into account that we still are in retrograde and not just Mercury. And so it's really good to set intentions during this new moon energy. But to really be like, I'm going to go full out, blown out, like everything, and everything's going to go, smoothly. Just being conscious and aware. That's the energy just has a little bit of a delay, needs a little bit more space, needs a little bit more trust, more faith, more timing, and then everything, it will work out, it will flow again. So just being conscious about it will help you greatly. That's it. I'm gonna stop going on and on about it. Oh, thank you, Sinisa. I'm gonna first do the pick card reading, then I'm going to go over to PayPal and make a list. I do have Leslie on my list because she actually put in a donation right after, or right on the dot when I actually just went offline, and it was such a hot mess that last live stream because of Mercury. But so I do have one reading on, but then I will definitely add you to the list, Shaniza. All right. For everyone else, I am open for personal readings right after this pick a card reading for the collective. And you can find the information in the description box. And I believe that I still have space. So if all goes well. All right. And you can actually make a donation before that, just so you guys know. All right. Ooh, okay. That's an overall message. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't let pride get in your way. I'm hearing sometimes the fear or the boundary almost, when I'm hearing of to become a beginner again at something. To begin again is what I'm hearing. Could actually stand in the way of getting to that place in your life where you really want to go, getting back into the flow, feeling more energized, feeling more motivated. It's like I'm hearing for some of you as well, and I'm channeling is more like people who will watch this afterwards. is an energy of, for example, being inside a long-term relationship, having so much investments, and the fear of thinking about doing this all over again with a new person. Like that is like the weight, right? That is also an anchor that keeps you in there, keeping you invested and trying to make it work, because that weight of beginning again, getting to know someone again, is weighing heavier, when that maybe actually be the door towards all the energy that you're missing in this situation. But that's just a side note. But this is just an overall message for the collective. I'm now gonna put cards down for the big card reading. Gonna create 3 groups for tonight, for today. I don't know what time it is where you guys are at. Where are you guys actually at? Mostly the States, I assume. So then it's the afternoon. Alright, that's good. Let me just see. There's just cards. Constantly I'm finding cards of this deck, of another deck actually, in this deck. For some reason it just... We have a jumper. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, so it is the afternoon, Tampa, Florida. Love that. Is it hot over there right now in Tampa, Florida? I feel overall in Florida it doesn't really get so cold. This 10 of Swords, it just wants to keep on jumping over and over. So really is about ending out a cycle. This energy, these last couple of, let's say 2 months, have been quite heavy. So if you have had issues with mental health, issues with dealing with grief, issues with just overall the other side of life, right? I feel like it's been more so a struggle. It's been harder to really keep yourself balanced, in a balanced energy. And that's an energy I'm feeling like it will become easier, even though often we feel like summertime is often like way easier and things like that. But it is sort of balancing itself out again. But I do want to, recognize basically that it has been a very challenging energy for a lot of people, and you guys are definitely not alone. And I know that a lot of times it feels like, now I see like people around me and they seem fine, and I just feel like really heavy. Just know that you are not alone, and there are like so many people that feel the way you do, that can understand the struggle, and also equally feel as much as they are the only one who's going through it, or in that depth basically. So just a little side message, just so you know, like, you're not alone, and there are people out there that can definitely understand you, and will definitely, could definitely help you as well. That's what I'm hearing. It's like people who can help you. It's 92 degrees, but you're inside with AC. Okay, so 92 degrees, that is... Let me just Google it up, because I am in 92 degrees in Celsius. Ooh, it's 33333. I just Googled it. Just Google 92 degrees and you get only 3. So that's a sign, okay? The number 3 is after you, Shanisa. But definitely hot. That's the same as it was here last week. But I'm glad you have an AC going. Is it always like that, like for longer periods of time, or is it just a particular hot day? It's true though. Um, I think we should be good like this. All right. Take a moment. If you need more time to pick your deck, then pause the reading. Even though if you are here on a live stream right now, you can pause it. You can catch back up later. And yeah, if you're ready, then just keep on watching, I guess. I'm gonna get started with the first one. This is the first deck, the second, and the third group. All right. Quickly response to Shanisa. It's always hot. Wow, I love that. I guess you just also really got used to it. But it's great that, you can like really do so much outdoor stuff and gardening and stuff like that. All right, let's focus our energy because I am a little distracted. I just need to tune in for a sec. All right, let's get started with the first group. All right, first card out, because we're dealing with new moon energy. You have the waxing crescent moon. Have faith in your dreams. Beautiful. Have faith in your dreams. I have you see the butterflies as well. It's understanding that things come in phases and things come through transformation, and also through times where you have to sometimes get a little comfortable with being uncomfortable for a little while in order to have that growth going for you. They're also saying take a risk. Leap of faith card. Wow, they go very well together, also in color. Leap of faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. Wow, this is a very strong message. You have the Seven of Swords. You're hiding certain talents from the world. You have a lot more to give. You have a lot more to create. And then you have the Two of Action. Two of Action. It's coming through as well. I'm going to read that card because it's your angel message. Trust in your ability to make excellent choices. There's opportunity all around you if you just continue to move forward. It may be time to take on a new partner who can help you be successful in your career or creative endeavors. Keep your eyes on the big picture. If you missed that in the beginning, it's something that I mentioned in the beginning of this live stream. Rather than the details at the moment. That is a collective message, all right? Keep your eyes on the bigger picture rather than the details at the moment, at this moment in time. It's because the bigger picture needs your awareness, like a broader how to put that? A broader perspective of the bigger picture. Okay, so for this deck, definitely they're letting you know that yes, there's more out there for you. Yes, there are opportunities coming your way and are around you, and in some way, shape, form, also letting you know that whatever is telling you to hold back, whatever is telling you to not shine as bright, not shine your light, really try and get to the core of that. What is that? What is the reason why you feel that you can't show up in your full sense of self, that you can't trust in your own abilities? And it's often, it's normal, it's very human to have insecurities, or to not be completely sure, or to like not have as much confidence in your art or in your abilities, or whatever you're trying to do, or whatever you feel guided to do. But at the same time, it also goes back to a part within us. Some of us have it way more, and do feel that this is in multiple areas of your life where you may cut yourself short. For I'm hearing a sense of security. Like if you go below but what you know you can do, then you know you succeed. But then also what you miss out is planting the seeds that actually can flourish and grow into your life fulfillment, feeling connected, feeling emotionally fulfilled by what you're doing, seeing yourself grow. And so I do really, that's a very strong message. It's like for the first deck, it's just like have faith in your dreams, have faith that you have in your abilities. You really have something special. And you have more to share with the world. And you deserve to take that leap of faith. You're trusting your ability to make excellent choices. So even if you're taking a leap of faith, then still they're letting you know that you got this. You know, you got this. So very strong message, very clear message as well. So I'm just going to keep that at this for now. Deck number 1, group number 1. I hope that was helpful for some of you. All right, let's get on with the second group with this energy. I feel for you guys as well. It's like being in movement, physical movement can actually really help you guys. Like whatever way, shape, form you're capable of doing that. Like if you have work where you sit down a lot, like try and make it try and make an effort to actually get up in like, you know, every hour, even if it's just for like 3 minutes, do some stretching, move your legs, being conscious of how you're sitting. Even if you have a standing job, try and make the effort to actually also sit, or, you know, in whatever shape or form, be conscious about your back and your spine and stretching it up, because it actually can give you more of like a space in your head space, but just feeling more connected to the space around you. That's just something that I'm getting for deck number 2. So leave it, you know, if it's not for you. I just felt like it was connected to this one. All right, let's see. What is the card? Ooh, fixed moon. Hold your vision. Fixed moon, hold your vision. I really do feel that for this group, it's important to look into your moon sign and to see what's going on there. Like in your natal chart, you have some transits going on through your moon sign right now, because I feel this energy is like there's something stagnant around it, and it's also like how you deal with it. So it's like almost a stagnant energy in your emotional body is what I'm feeling. Maybe that's why the movement came through as well. You have fertility. Ooh, fertility with a 9 of swords, and out with the old, in with the new. For some of you, this maybe actually really has to do with your fertility and with your a child wish, or feeling like you may be running out of time, or that you don't feel ready yet, but you're also not sure. Maybe you're trying to figure it out. Maybe you are trying to figure out something around fertility in general, and just having questions about it, where it's like, do I want to do without a partner, do I want to do it with this partner, or maybe it has to do with maybe you want to go on birth control or something like that. It has something to do with fertility. It doesn't necessarily only have to do with that, you know, but it could be maybe something from the past, and maybe some lingering energy that has to do with some form of fertility that is sort of stagnant in your body, and it might actually give you a little bit of aches in your body. Okay, there's letting you know, the angel message out here is out with the old, in with the new. Out with the old, in with the new. Heaven is showing you a sign that it's time to move in a new direction. Often this is because you are not happy or feel a lack of purpose in your life. This is a wake-up call to make changes that match your heart's desire and your spiritual truths. And even if we could, you know, disconnect for a moment from that fertility journey and we really bring it back into a general energy, this 9 of Swords and this card together, it's like there there is something we need to look at. You know, with this Nine of Swords and being up and, you know, either having like overthinking, maybe you have certain dreams, maybe you can't fall asleep and have issues with that. Maybe there's this one thing that you're afraid of, or maybe you're afraid of the future, maybe afraid of like missing out, maybe afraid of letting something go and stepping into the unknown. Maybe the unknown is freaking you out. This is really fears and things about things that haven't happened yet, or because something happened in the past, you're afraid that it might return in the future. The fertility card as well, it's letting you know, trust, it's the perfect time for you to start a new project, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Definitely is. With this new moon energy in Virgo, they're really letting you know, like, it's the perfect time for you to say, this is what I'm letting go, and this is where I'm going to plant seeds. This is where I'm going to invest my energy. This is what I'm committing my energy to from now on. I am here, I'm acknowledging I'm in this space, for example, in this area, or just overall in life and how I feel about my life. I want to give birth to a new way of feeling about my life. So that could be, like I said, that separate message connected to the fixed moon energy. All right, that was deck number 2. I hope that was in there, like something in there for you guys. I'm going to move towards deck number 3. Here we have, one sec, because I quickly have to do something. Yes, all right. We have believe in the impossible with the blue moon. Ooh, we had a blue moon last month. Right on the edge of August, the blue moon. They say believe in the impossible. Birgit is also coming true. Bridget is also coming true. She says do not back down. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. Stand up for what you believe is right. And then you have the Five of Pentacles. It is a reminder. I'm going to talk about that one. Intuition. Intuition and insight. Intuition and insight. Number 18, which equals a 9. Once again, it's like release, and open up to the new. But in order to really being able to release or know what you need to release is being conscious about what it is that is standing in the way. So I'm going to read this card. Your intuitive abilities are very accurate right now. So you can trust your guidance to lead you into the right direction. Follow your own insights over the advice of others, and don't allow fear or worry to guide your way. Don't allow fear or worry to guide your way. It may be best to keep your secrets to yourself for now. All right, so they're really letting you know, and for some of you really have intuitive abilities, strong ones, and you're almost like, I don't know, you know, is that even real? Like, am I really capable of like hearing this? I'm really capable of feeling this? Like, you know, you may be getting to reconnect with a side of yourself, or it might actually be just enhanced, and you're like, okay, I don't know if I can take it like to this level, you know, like that. But also understand that every time you move away from this intuitive insight, and every time you sort of ignore that energy, you make yourself feel really left out. Because after the fact, you always figure out I was right. And you're like, I should have listened to my intuition. I had a feeling about this. I knew I shouldn't have, you know, like that. And it's okay. Like, it's not that we have to put ourselves down because we didn't, because sometimes, you know, we can really also learn from going against it, because once again, it brings us back to a closer, stronger bond with that intuitive energy within ourselves. But they're also letting you know is that I feel like you're going through a situation where you have to do something that doesn't come natural to you. Your natural instinct may be to staying loyal, staying committed, keep showing up, not backing down. And it's like you have this power, and you show from a place from compassion and understanding and patience, because you have so much compassion, because you have so much understanding on how someone maybe be feeling or what they're dealing with. But then again, it's really hard, and that line is really like, it's a fine line, that's for damn sure, when you are self-sacrificing and when you are being, loyal basically, or compromising. It's okay to compromise. We all have to compromise sometimes. Sometimes our partner, for example, is going through something, and then, yeah, maybe they don't have all the space and time for us. But if it's always the other person and it's always you, yes, of course, for every situation they're going through, you have compassion, you have patience. But it's sometimes hard when you're actually going through something and someone is kind of always going through something, and then you have to have also continuous compassion and patience for them not being able to show up for you at all because of their situation. Then it's out of balance, and then it's like you're self-sacrificing your own well-being, but also your own level of receiving. So you keep yourself sort of in this loop, and they're letting you know, like, even though it may not feel like your natural instinct to say no, or to say, I'm sorry, but this is a new boundary, because I do deserve to, if I'm not getting this space and time from this work or from this person, then I should be able to give it to myself. So I'm not going to show up in the same way in that person's life or at my work like that. They're letting you know, like, yes, you feel like this is actually the right thing to do, but also another side of you is sort of holding you back, because you are that intuitive and because you are that sensitive towards other people's well-being. But if it costs you to continue to miss out on all the, the regular things that you deserve to receive, they're wanting you to let you know, like, do not back down. Trust your intuitive wisdom. Trust how it makes you feel. If it makes you feel like this all the time, but you're like, you know what, this person is also in this, so we're just in the cold together. It's like, no, you don't have to be in this cold. You might actually just only be in the cold because you're just trying to be there for this other person, and they do not want to get out of this, cold weather, or they don't have the ability to, and they won't let you to take them out either, because it's also a natural course of that it should go. So it's a very strong message. But really, once again, number 9, number 5, change, being open, understanding that, hey, we are definitely, times are different. If you're trying to compare your life to like a situation that you were going through in 2017 or 2018, and you're trying to get back to that mindset or whatever, it's not going to work, because it won't make you feel the same way as it used to. We can't cope in the same way. The world is really shifting, the energy is shifting, people around us are changing as well, situations are different. So try to trust in your own growth and your own transformation, and with that, making your decisions based on how do I want to feel a year from now waking up. Do I still want to feel the same about the situation? Do I want to feel like, hey, it was hard, but it also showed me that it's okay to put myself first, if it means that someone else always asks of me to put myself last, right? The balance. It's the fine line of self-sacrificing and, compromising. So that's an engine I'm feeling. All right, that was for deck number 3. It was a very channel message. Really just tune in there. I feel like I could have been talking for 30 minutes, 3 hours, or 2. I have no time perception at all when it comes to this one. All right, I hope there was a message in there. Hi Natasha, welcome. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. It's like you come in and the whole energy shifted. No, I'm kidding. I'm glad that you were able to join as well. All right, I'm about to head over to the personal readings. If you would like a reading, I believe that I still have space on my list. I'm gonna check out PayPal in a bit, and then I'm gonna jump into the personal reading. So if you were here for the collective one, And thank you so much for tuning in. If you weren't here, I have to do it the other way around, sorry. If you weren't here from the beginning and you missed like the pick card reading, you can like, I think you can actually go back. So you can like rewatch it. I will try my very best to put this one on. So for whoever is watching this afterwards, you can watch it. But what is important right now is that we clear out this space and then we make space for the personal readings. Whew. Welcome also to the new people who tune in while I was doing the pick a card reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate your presence here. You guys are giving me life source energy at the moment, so thank you for that. All right, let's check out PayPal. Yeah, just have to keep an eye on the phone because last time it kind of got overheated, and I think that that was also a part of the reason why the live stream was going so messy. Let me just tune into PayPal for a bit. I don't know, is Leslie here already? I hope that he ends up joining it. You're welcome, Neelam. All right. Let me see, Shaniza, I think that's, yes, that's your payment. Okay, I'll put your name on the list. All right, I'm just quickly reading your message. For everyone who would like to get a reading, I have the information is in the description box. I see that some, Candace as well. Thank you, Candace. I'll put your name on the list if you already returned to the live. Thank you. All right, let's just jump into the first reading. I have Leslie on here as well. Hyper Liz, Luz. Let me see. I'm sorry, I'll quickly always, this is always like an in-between moment where I'm an accountant and I'm a reader. And I get silent. I'm sorry, I have to be a better host over here. Hi, welcome. Leslie, right? Like this is your YouTube name right now, right? Or no? Just quickly have to double check that. Yes, it is. Because I just found it back in... yes, I'm sorry, I just found it into PayPal as well. Okay, great. I'm so happy you're here so I can finally do your reading. Then I'll just start off with you because you had to wait for, I don't know, a week and a half or something on this one. So let's see what is coming true for you. Okay, so I have a question from you, what your spirit guides want you to know for the next sort of 3 months. Is that still what you want me to read you for? Like, can read on for you? Or do you have a different question by now? Because you're allowed to change it if you want to. Right, let's pick up a deck. Just quickly after that, I'm going to do Shanisa's reading, and after Shanisa, I have Candace on my list, just so you guys know. All right, good. Let's tune in. Ooh, page of Wands out already. Just tuning in quickly. Okay, so first and foremost, I don't know, they're showing me this really big pan. They're showing me this big pot. I don't know if you I don't know if you enjoy cooking, Leslie, or that you love, like, I don't know, like that there's this dish or something that you need like a really big pot for, or that you're being guided to connect to that in some way. Like maybe it was like a recipe from like your grandmother or your mother or something like that, like to feel closer to the part. But it's like a really big pot. I don't know what that is. Like that's what they show me, and it's like sort of boiling. It's not like boiling over, but it's like longer time to cook and really put time and energy into it. That's what I'm getting. Okay, that's just a side note. Oh, that's the thing. Okay. Okay. So that's something that they're guiding you towards. I think that that's really good, and like a natural healing recipes. So what's going on with you health wise? Because I feel like you maybe feel a little bit of like, especially with this eight of swords energy, like you feel a little trapped by it. Page of Wands, 10 of Swords. I'm really sensing that this energy, it's progressing. I feel like within now and like let's say to the end of this year, there's this shift sort of changing within you where you're like getting more of like a clearer goal, a clearer vision, or they're asking you to get like a clear vision, like what it is that you would like to manifest, what it is you want to work on, and really like putting time and energy into it. And it's more long lasting goals. And where do you see yourself in like 3 years, 5 years, like really being conscious about it and starting to work and do like every day, like sort of show up for that future self, where you want to go. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what I'm feeling. Like you really are. They're asking you to become, or maybe reconnect with focusing on your future. And like you have a future and trusting in that and working towards that. Wow, you are definitely a warrior, because look at this energy. Because that's the thing, it's like it really is a mindset. You have this power within you to put your mindset in such a way where you're actually like also like healing yourself. You're being very conscious about that. I'm sending you one big hug. Like really, like I'm sending you like healing positive energy, but I already know like you're so strong, you're so powerful, you're such a warrior. But it's okay to accept the hug, you know? It is still hard. So let's just see what's coming up next. Because I am seeing that you saw a little progress, but you will continue to see progress into the positive, you know, thing. Like look, with that 10 of Pentacles, it's like really thinking about, you know, your life in like 25 years and 30 years, like being conscious about that, you know. Okay, good. You should accept all the hugs you can get. And the Three of Wands is here as well. So you move from the Page of Wands to the Three of Wands. So I feel like recently you really are, and you continue to like shift your mindset. And it's okay, because I feel like you, all sides and all faces are important, right? It's like you first have the shock and the thing, and then you feel like, you know, you have questions and things like that, and then you know you slowly but surely come into this phase where you're like, okay, it is what it is. It's what I kind of have to deal with, but that doesn't mean that I have no control at all. I can invest here and I can do this and I can work on my mindset, and I have all of these little things that together make a big difference. And feeling like in a situation where you feel no control, they're letting you know that you have control. And it's very empowering, because look at this bright light energy that is, you know, against this, and the way out is like really through your own mindset. That's what I'm getting. Beautiful, Candace. Definitely everybody who's watching this afterwards, even like, send good, positive, beautiful healing energy towards Leslie, please. All right, let's see what else coming up. The Empress in reverse with the Lovers. So I don't do reversals. They're never reversed, but for some reason I'm seeing the Empress in reverse is that you are still the Empress. You are still a beautiful, you know, you're still a woman. You're still all of these things. You're still, you know, feminine, even if you feel a little bit left out in a cold by it, almost. Like, that's an energy I'm feeling. The thing is here is that the Lovers are here in the Two of Cups. So it's like, when it comes to like people around you or your connection with someone else, it can only grow stronger through this thing. And I do definitely feel that when it comes to like the Lovers and the Two of Cups, are letting you know like this is just a pivot moment in your life. This is, you know, but it doesn't take you away from everything that you hoped for and dreamed for and wished for, or that you felt, you know. It's like you're working your way towards that. Like it's coming together as equal. Like I don't feel like anyone will see you differently after this. That's how I feel like. Maybe right now, you know, but just so you know that it's a journey. It's a journey, especially for the Empress. I'm gonna put her back upright, because that's the way she belongs. She doesn't belong in the reverse, you know. The Empress needs to be upright, but okay, I'm gonna go one more card out, because there's like two different things I'm channeling right now. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Natasha, but thank you as well for sending good energy to Leslie. The Lovers, Two of Cups. I feel like it's an energy right now. It's like you can't see it, but it's there. It's like not... It's hard, you know, because in a lot of ways people can't see it on the outside. Let's see. You have the Eight of Cups and you have the King of Pentacles. So you're definitely like on this pathway of... I feel when it comes to dealing with the other side of the emotional scale, right? Because there are so many different type of emotions that come with this, and even though you have this ability to like really, you know, be positive and focus on what can I control, what can I do to quick, you know, to speed up this process or to make it, you know, have a better outcome, all good, you have that within you. But of course you also have your days, you have your moments on the other side of the scale, and that's really natural and that's very normal. But I am seeing that you are definitely releasing some of the weight of the other side of the scale, and so it tips back over to the other side easier. I feel like right now he sometimes has to jump on the scale in order to feel that on the other side, but I'm seeing like it becomes lighter. You see the change, you see the difference, you see your investments and things, and it's actually, you know, it's moving the scale for you. So when it comes to that, I am definitely seeing like a long-term commitment. But there's this person around you. Who's this person around you, Leslie? Who is this person? Like, do you have like one particular person who's like actually showing up for you? Well, there's definitely someone around you very strongly. Do you feel alone in this journey? Okay. You have a male energy around you that's helping you. Okay. Let me just tune in for a little bit. Because I do definitely think that there's someone else going to enter this journey. But I don't want you to like necessarily focus up on that too much, because you already, you know, like you're saying, like you have someone in your energy who's helping you, but your main focus should be you, and then like is someone going to enter. But I do definitely feel that there are people who are equal minded, like maybe you are part of or becoming a part of sort of a survivor, like a group setting or whatever, like to just talk to people who really understand you on a deeper level, like what you're going through, and actually, you know, maybe you're able to like inspire other people as well, because I'm sensing you have this energy, um just this different way of looking at it. And obviously you have someone, and I love the fact that you have like a sort of a mentor energy around you, um but you're definitely gaining something from this. And there's this what's the English word for that, this primal strength that comes out within you during this journey, and it continues to grow. It's definitely not at this maximum capacity, but there's this light that also comes with it, and that definitely will be with you for life, and will bring certain things in there. Okay, well that's good, because that's definitely something that I'm seeing, and it's someone you can like talk to, and for certain situations or certain questions you might have, or making certain decisions. So I'm sensing that that energy is definitely around you, so it could be definitely showing up in that way. But once again, I'm sensing that when you return to connect with your feminine, and not seeing as, you know, your body is sort of betraying you in some way, shape or form, and you reconnect with a feminine, like I feel like someone is going to enter. But once again, that's just for the future energy. But right now, definitely, I love the fact that you are opening up, and you're like sort of connecting to group settings and people who really understand sort of what you're going through, and that's like really good. So put that up. All your energies are, your energy is so light. Look at that as well. The Ace of Wands. It's just yellow, yellow, yellow. Very bright. Having the confidence in your own abilities, having a confidence in your health, and that things are going to work out, and that's growing. Like a lot of, you know, energy coming from your sacral chakra, and just yeah, I love this energy. Love this energy. And it's really just overcoming of these mental obstacles that are sort of standing in your way here and now, but you are releasing it. Because it's also in like emotions, allowing the emotions to be there. Once again, of course, it's good to have a positive mindset and all of that, but sometimes it's okay to just feel sad about the situation, to just be sad, and maybe even a little mad or upset, and that's also okay, because that's a natural part of the emotions. Like, we can't completely disconnect from it, but we also then have a lot easier time to actually open up towards the other side again, you know. You're so very welcome. And I wish that I could do so much more for you. Definitely. But I'm glad that you were able to join tonight so we can at least get this reading out. Ace of Cups. I told you it's really good energy around you. I'm gonna get you an angel message. Let's see what your angels are saying. Helper of Thought. Helper of Thought. It says, your life is about to start moving very fast. Events that seem to be on hold suddenly require all your attention. There is no time to sit and ponder. You've got to get moving. Review the details as best as you can. You now will meet or are someone with a very quick mind who instantly grasps what to do. This person is both confident and courageous. Well, that's definitely you. You are confident and courageous, Leslie. Definitely. I'm sending you good energy when I end this life. I'm going to send you healing energy. I'm going to do a little meditation for you. So be open to that. I'm going to send that to you. But overall, I already know, you already have this. You're a powerhouse of a woman, and you're definitely going to kick it ass, and just continue to make those future plans, even if you can't just on the short term, really do them, but try to continue to make mood boards and things like that, and all the things you still want to do and work towards, because you don't have to stop planning. Wow, look at that, the sun. It's really good. Thank you for letting me read for you. I really, really appreciate that a lot. Girl. And I'm just also really think you just made us all a little more grateful for our health. De nada. Alright. I'm going to move on to the next reading. Let me see. It is Shaniza. I'm quickly going to tune in to see if I can open up the question over here. Let me just tune in. Aw, that's so beautiful. Alright, Natasha, I just saw your payment coming in. I put your name on the list right now. Thank you for that. I'm now going to do Shanisa's reading, then Candace, and then, your reading. Let me just quickly see if I can get to this. I know about an old friend. He's a Pisces and I'm a Gemini. Do we have a future? Okay. All right. Shanisa, let's tune in. A Pisces and a Gemini. Interesting. Love that. All right. Energy that I'm feeling when it comes to this is that when you both are in the same energy, it really, really flows. But sometimes you meet each other, well, you try to meet each other, but you're both on a different frequency and you just kind of miss each other. And then it can feel equally as good as this can feel. It can feel like opposite is sort of um, just as disconnected as like as connected. So it's like really like a up and down, but at the same time it also really is both your natural way of taking life in. So it's like a little in between, but I am sensing that the energy is progressing. I feel like the Pisces is progressing in its energy. So that's just something inside of that I just wanted to put out. Serenity. You see this energy is kind of how I'm imagining the Pisces. He's more out of water than it used to be. Just saying. Alright, Sanisa, let's see. It says the most important relationship that you can have, first and foremost, is with yourself. This is a time to honor, to nurture, and to love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let your past issues and resentment interfere with your serenity today. Alright, so when it comes to either like this connection with this Pisces, there might have been things that could have played out that maybe are still sort of interfering in this energy today. When I feel that that person actually might show up differently, then you might still look at that person through different eyes, basically. And with that, it's like don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. So I also feel, oh yes, so that's like sort of that connection, but also disconnects because you're like both day and night. But that's the energy that I'm feeling. Also, that's a side on that I'm getting is like you may have actually have had how to put that, experience in love and in, relationships and things like that, and I feel like that there's this one piece before really opening up, that you still kind of have to find serenity in within yourself, because you might actually end up projecting it maybe on anyone else. It could be this Pisces, could be someone else, could be the Sagittarius, this energy. But I am sensing as well is that you did a lot of growth because you showed up instantly as the Queen of Wands. So I know like you already did a lot of growing, you did a lot of healing, you did a lot of like shedding layers and finding your own inner strength. And that's a journey that you're still on because you're still committing to like rising and raising your energy and rising up is what I'm hearing. So it's just something that I'm feeling. Well, thank you for the sticker. Thank you so much, Karin. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's an energy that I'm getting. Okay, so let's pick up the deck and let's see what comes through. I do, however, feel is that like this sort of this reconciling and connecting with one another. It is very highly like guided, because I feel like you two, because you know each other for such a long time, can sort of show where you still also have some growth left to do. That's something I'm feeling as well. Alright, let's see. This connection. Alright, so the first card that I'm getting is a Tree of Wands. So once again, the Wands energy. So there is a form of attraction and fiery energy. Like the Pisces definitely invites something within you and vice versa. And there is something when it comes to that energy, right? That is something that I'm feeling like you guys connected. All right, here comes the storyline. It says, you try to eat healthier. He told me his life story. Wow, yeah, definitely. That is something that I'm seeing. Ooh, yeah. Well, that's tough. So even if you are right now in each other's lives, like I said, it's really like divinely guided because you both can sort of um, be there for one another or enlightening something within one another. So that's good. That is good. Oh, that's so cute though. He's cute. Okay, yes, there is still this attachment. What I'm feeling, like you said already, like he's going through a divorce and like you guys live at long distance. So there is a lot of like obstacles and things like that. But I do, however, feel is that if you're not putting too much weight on it and actually um, just go about it a little bit like a Gemini, right? Just communicating, and if you have a good conversation and you both gain something from that, and maybe you do end up meeting in like a short time, and you just have a really fun weekend together and just connecting in that way and just being living in the moment. And is a Pisces, maybe he also really is something that he's looking for, and then without putting too much pressure of future focus, like what can this sustainably become for me, him, our both our lives together moving what and before. I think right now that is something that will be good, because I feel that in this moment in time it's not the right time to like make long-term commitments and things like that, because I feel like you would kind of end up like rushing it or disappointed on something that actually maybe has potential, but it just needs a little bit of space and it just needs to be light, like light energy. So I feel like that is something that you both kind of may be looking for. But then there's this other side to it. I do, however, feel that, like you said, he's going through a divorce and you have a lot of similarities to like your life story and what you've been through. And like I said, you guys have a lot of like Geminis and Pisces, you guys have a lot of similarities at the same time. Um, but what I'm feeling is that it's hard to stay a little close because it's been a lot. And I feel like you're a little bit further ahead when it comes to like this healing, and finding sort of your own sense of grounding. And I feel like either both of you or one of you have still has a harder time with accepting things in. It's almost like I just want this and that all for myself, by myself. I don't need nobody, all of that. And it's nice if something extra comes in, but I don't want to need another person. I don't want to need someone's attention or someone's this or someone that, because that can make me feel like I don't have enough, which affects my confidence, which affects my the way I'm viewing myself, my life. And it's like that individuality I am sensing that that is on the table, but there's also this other side of understanding that I'm not going to overgive of myself anymore. I know what I need to keep for myself, and that's something that I'm feeling from you. You're really like getting a lot better at knowing like this is what I have to give, and if I give that, I give it freely and I'm not really expecting anything in return. But if I give all of me, that is really just putting me in a really bad like position, because then I just end up being depleted, and that shows up in multiple areas of my life and I just don't feel good about it. So it's like understanding this energy, and there's one other side that comes through, and it's still Mercury retrograde, so it's always a little bit scattered while Mercury's retrograding. But there's another side note that is showing me with this is that when we, for example, exit a relationship, or it's a marriage or a long-term relationship, doesn't matter. There's always this healing period of like a life with this person and a life after this, but then also the us that we were before we met this person, which we can get back to, but we also no longer really can be the person who was inside the marriage. And so it's like this transition of like, who am I, what do I want, and like rediscovering yourself and regaining that sense of independence and things like that. And I feel that if you separate that from any type of connection and things like that, you have like a really good foundation. But then when it comes to feeling excited about someone and feeling passionate, that's actually where certain things come up that we still have, left to heal. I always believe that there's so much healing that we can do by ourselves on our own in whatever situation. But then if we enter a new relationship, we will bump into certain scars or certain open wounds that we just simply couldn't heal before, without a new partnership. And that doesn't mean that we need to, because those wounds won't really inflict that much on us when we're not in a connection. But when we enter a connection, there's always deeper healing that then starts. And it doesn't always have to be very dramatic or a lot, but it is also a form of healing. And sometimes it is a lot of wounds, and we bump into that, and then we also bring wounds that we kind of have to deal with by ourselves and heal first on our own before we enter something new. And then it can get messy real quick, because especially if both parties bring like a lot of open wounds and a lot of things, and then it's just, you have to tiptoe around before you step into somebody's wound, right? So a lot of triggers and things like that. And like I said, you're really good at guiding him. I feel like he trusts you, but also, yeah, he trusts you, but yeah, like I said, his confidence is very low, and it's not true. But it's also like, that's once again still something that he has to work on before actually entering into something, because you can't only gain confidence because there's a person in your life that, tells you you're beautiful and sexy and whatever. It's like, it's nice, obviously you want your partner to find you attractive in, that way, but it can't be the only energy source of reliance you have of the confidence that you may or may not feel about yourself. So there's work that to do. But like I said, just taking it easy, enjoying each other's company, having this conversation already will bring a lot to both of your lives. And then you can slowly but surely progress maybe into something more stable, but that will show itself for you as well, because I feel like you will feel it. Like you either feel like, hey, I want to take this to the next level, or not. But then again, maybe he has a very low self-esteem based on the marriage that he went through. And it's with Pisces men often, they're very, very sensitive, and not like sensitive in a way of that they're like walking around with a lot of emotions and they're crying all the time. That's not it. They just really have very sensitive spirits, meaning that they can feel things very deeply, but they're so good in approaching it from a place of humor or this or that, and you hardly really get to see the depth of how they're truly feeling. And that is something that they first have to get comfortable with within themselves before they can actually show up and have that deeper level of commitment. But we can't force them to become in that space, because if they end up hurt in that space that someone else invited them into and, showed them like, no, it's good to be here, and then they get hurt there, they won't, show up in that way again. It's like they kind of need to start learning how to figure out that Two of Swords energy, the overthinking, isn't always the way out. And getting comfortable with actually that other side of their own magic, which is their emotional world and the subconscious energy, and be comfortable with that. It belongs to the Seven of Swords. So yeah, that's just what I'm feeling. It's a lot. Definitely. Yeah, Five of Swords. There's a lot of self-sabotaging going on. So he is an overthinker. You're a very quick thinker, but he is an overthinker. And that puts him in a position where he's overthinking how to respond, how to show up, and that actually yeah, it kind of feels exhausting, to be honest. So he does really have some work left to do when it comes to like, yeah, finding his own strength, but he's getting there. Look, the Emperor is showing up. That's a whole nother level. Two of Cups, below deck. So he will learn and understand to get to a point where he doesn't feel that certain ways of coping just no longer works and gets him the results that he wants in life. And that's where he's getting into. He's doing the inner work. He understands that certain things may be like a good quick fix, but the long term actually make things way heavier and also keeps him from really connecting. So I am sensing that there is a confidence like upskill, but also by doing that inner work, you can definitely be a part of that, but you can be the leader and lead him into spaces, like I said. But like I said, a good friendship or just having a fun time where you both have the time, that is definitely going to be most beneficial for both of you in the short term future. From there, something else can grow, but you will feel what you want to do with this situation. It will be you, what I'm feeling. I hope that that is, connecting to you and it makes sense. You have trust and you have belief. The force that works through your soul determining what is possible and what's impossible, and the difference between success and failure and all above is the power of your belief. And then you have trust on the other side, and it says, while your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow a more alternative path. The logical path may be the one that you consider safe and more familiar, but could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So that's an energy I'm feeling on the other side of the scale. So it's that overthinking and going about what is more logical, what's the practical option, Yeah, I think that's really good, like just trying to be there for him as a friend. And like you said, like it's so much similarities that actually can maybe also bring that friendship or that understanding to your door, and so it's also serving you in some way, shape, or form. Just go about that flow for a little bit, and we'll naturally progress into a more in a different stage. When you are in that new stage, in that space, then you can make decisions from that mindset that you're in right there and then. So go with the flow, take it easy. That's like my advice when it comes to this. But I'm not necessarily seeing bad intentions. That's not what I'm seeing. It's just that the mind, the mindset. And when I do have to say, like, if it comes off like short or just indifferent, it really isn't anything personal. It's just him trying to think himself way out of his feelings and emotions. And if you try to invite him into that how you're feeling state when he's like, how can I fix this, right? Mental, like, then you can clash a little bit, and then you can maybe feel really far away from each other. But like I said, that could be just a different frequency, and you might the next day might find yourself there. So try to look at it from that space as well. It's nothing personal towards you. That's what I'm getting. It's something I just wanted to say. But he will find himself way back to himself. So that's just good news for him. First and foremost. All right. I have no idea how long that reading was. I'm sorry for the rest who had to wait if it was really long, because I was really caught up in that one. New deck, new round, new chances. Candace, you're up next. Also, once again, Shanisa, that number 3 is really big for you. Okay, so tune into that number, please. All right, general message, Candice. Let's do this. All right, so I don't know if there's like something that you like. I'm feeling like a little bit of like a shortness of breath is what I'm feeling. Like, I don't know if like you like jogging or running or thinking about or something physical, but it's like shortness of breath. Like, I don't know what that is. That's just what they're showing me. Oh, see, that number 3 is big for you. That number 3. 3 kids, man. Bless you. That's a lot of work. And a lot of love, obviously. All right, let me tune in for Candace. Wheel of Fortune, first and foremost, I was like completely sort of looking at it and ignoring it. That's a really good. With the 10 of Pentacles, wow. Shift and change of energy. I feel like you really are ready for a shift, Candace. I'm hearing, take my breath away. Like, why am I hearing that song? It was so random. And I'm getting like with that breathing, but maybe that's it. Like something taking your breath away. What is that? I need to let it go. Okay, justice is here. So, definitely ready for a shift and a change. For things to just be more fair. For things to be more balanced. For things to just take less of like investment and time. And like, for things to just flow and work out. Like, that's an energy that I'm feeling, Candace. So that is what's coming in. When the Wheel of Fortune and Justice shows up, it's like, okay, we're now moving up, right? There's a natural cycle in life. When things come up, they come down, they go up again, and that's an energy. Things are going up. 5 of Wands energy. Okay. So, 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. I knew number 5 is definitely connected to your reading. I already put it down before I actually started reading. I put number 3. I put 3 down with Shanice and I put 5 down with you before I even started. So I do that. I general sometimes numbers before anything else. 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. What is putting you in a position where you're like doubting yourself, or you're allowing people to take you places where you have no business being? I don't know. This feels a little bit like people getting under your skin, trying to like make you do more work than you have to, or make doubt what you want to do. Like, what's this energy? Maybe it's a part of you that's in your way. But with the Wheel of Fortune and Justice, it's like it's learned behavior. It's like group behavior. So it's either like a way of thinking based on like maybe like coming from being brought up in a certain family, and then, you know, obviously having good sides, but also every family has its own thing that we kind of have to overcome. And I feel like it's this group setting that puts you in a position where you doubt yourself, or puts you in an overthinking mode, which is not a good energy to be in. But I'm going to put more cards on to see where they want me to take this, because it is all about change and all about shifting. 4 of Swords, much better energy. I like that way better. Like you're really drained by something. But you're making a conscious decision, like, no, you know what, before I start burning out my energy, overgive here and overgive there, like, I'm just going to take a break. I'm first going to take a moment to catch my breath. Once again, our breathing comes through. Clear it out, clear my mind, and look at it from a different perspective. Nine of Swords, yeah. I feel like you have days where you are capable of easing into the situation, and then you have days where you're like, what if it never changed? What if it doesn't work? Like, that shortness of breath might even come a little bit through form of anxiety energy. Here we have the Queen of Cups. Wow. The Queen of Cups, Three of Cups, Page of Cups. They're letting you know, like, I'm hearing you need to get out of the house sometimes. And not because you need to necessarily show up for other people and all of that. It's not necessarily about it. It's about taking in and looking at details that can actually remind you of, I'm hearing, like, the beauty of nature and the world, and just becoming very grounded and conscious, and understand that you deserve to feel happy. You deserve to have things and people and things in your life that bring you that sense of emotional connection and fulfillment, that give you those little butterfly moments, in your stomach, and just feel good, even if it's like a good dish, or, seeing a beautiful sunset on the beach and taking time to live life and enjoy life and create those moments. I feel like that definitely takes you out of this energy. It's just the rat race that sometimes gets to you. It's not life in general, but then everything gets sort of clouded by that feeling, or about that overthinking, or about that thing that they say, or the thing that they said they were gonna do, but then they didn't do it, and then you're like, oh, how am I supposed to handle that? It's like life just, life gets you sometimes, to everyone, right? And for everyone, it shows up differently. Page of Cups, Three of Cups, just remind, like, bring a little bit more fun and playful energy into it. It will be very beneficial, even if it's the last thing on your mind. If you're like, it's the last thing I want to do right now, try it. Because I know this is overall a little bit the energy that connects to it. I'm going to get a couple more cards. King of Wands. There she is. Ten of Pentacles. Good. Passionate. A passion project. One hearing. Passion project. Six of Cups. Yeah, you definitely find a way back to that joy. How we could, like, be excited about something, right? In our childhood. Like, Sunday we're going here. Just 2 more nights. Like that. And it's just that thing, that energy, that is finding you back, and then that is definitely very beautiful. It's often a thing where we're like, oh, I really don't feel like going, I really feel like doing, and you end up going, and you actually end up having a nice time. You're like, oh, I forgot how this feels. Like, I forgot how it feels to get out of sight of my own mind. And I thought that that's kind of what I wanted, but it's maybe not. So reminding yourself of an old part, so something may return, because I feel there was this hold on something, and the hold is being released. So your eyes are being open to different possibilities, and things that used to really make you feel good. I am sensing as well is that if you have giving and lent out money, or in some way, shape, or form, or energy and love, it's gonna come back to you. It's a sense of loyalty is what I'm getting. Like, I feel like loyalty, in a form of loyalty. So people show up with loyalty. That sometimes comes through a form of action, or actually showing you consistency, just being loyal. And it surprises you in a way. But at the same time, it also puts you in an energy of like, you know what, this person can show up for me. That means that I'm deserving of like being showed up for. And so it gives you a sense of confidence, what I'm feeling. And this interesting. Interesting. Yep. The Page of Wands and the Chariot, you definitely are moving on to bigger, better things. And this is like more future forward. I really do feel like the more you're closing out this year and opening yourself up towards New Year, you're getting a more clear vision of like, this is where I want to go, this is how I want to feel, this is what I want to change, this is what I want to reach, these are my goals, and I'm going to actually get them bare minimum for me to get going, instead of getting everything I think that I need instead of that you actually need in order to get going. The get going and the moving forward and making those first steps are becoming more important, and seeing those changes and being committed to something different, that is becoming more important than actually having all the answers and the hows and the, you know, who, what, where, when's, in order to get going. And that's what I'm feeling. You have all that you need and you will figure it out along the way. It's an analogy, right, that people use to say, if you're going upon a journey, for example, you have to drive 100 miles and it's like it's dark outside, right? And we only have this light. It can only show us, like, for example, let's say, I don't know, 20 meters in front of us, but every 20 meters we get another 20, we get another 20, and then we will arrive safely with this light thing every 20 meters that we need to see in order to reach our destination in, you know, at nighttime. We have everything we need and we'll figure it out along the way. The bare minimum. That's something that I'm feeling. But there's a lot better energy that's moving away from this. This is really something you're working towards through. And I feel like that it could be a little personal, so I don't want to put too much out there, but it's just a lot of little things and bigger things. And you're healing through it. So that's like really good. Let's quickly put in the charger. The energy is really changing and shifting, and you're doing the work. So I'm like, you will see more and more that you're a lot further ahead than you might expect. Sometimes I feel like, ugh, I just took 10 steps forwards and now I'm 50 back, you know, but it can feel that way. But sometimes feeling that way also can teach us a lot. What's this new moon energy coming in for Candace? New moon energy coming in for Candace. The answers you need are coming. Wow. The answers you need are coming. Yep. One thing at a time. The answers you need are coming. Definitely. Especially because at the core of your reading, it's all about change and the shift and getting the answers and getting what you deserve and seeing that. So, yeah. That's what I'm getting for you, Candace. I hope that's helpful. Your messages are not coming through in the chat. If you sent one. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm glad. I hope it was helpful. Ten of Cups. I love that. Oh, well, thank you, Candace. Thank you for letting me read for you. It's getting better, alright? It's getting better. Just quickly double check PayPal. All right. The next reading I am going to do is Natasha's reading. So I hope you're in the chat right now, Natasha. Let me see if you left your question. No. All right. Oh, Natasha, I'm so sorry to hear that. I can definitely, you know, understand that that's just really, like, sometimes the only word, like, really fucking tough to deal with. Like, everything seemed to come at one time. And it's all, like, masculine energy, basically. Really, I'm feeling like it's just this phase, and it's like almost like, you know, when we just lose people, and when it comes to like the funeral and everything that, you know, comes with that, because it's also like a lot of practical things that involve that puts us in like a mindset of like, okay, let's just go and let's just do practical, and it's on Friday or it's on this day, and that's fixed on that day, and it's like just trying to go through all the oceans of emotions, and everything kind of just becomes one big pile. And I feel like you're just sort of just looking at it at this moment, like you're just kind of sort of staring at it, and you just feel, but you also don't really know what feeling is connected to what thing, and it's like a little bit of everything. So that's very natural. It also really is that hard side of life, and sadly we all go through it in moments in our lives and in different ways and forms as well. But it's just really important that you keep your energy open for whoever wants to show up and show you that level of support, and certain things will always flourish through this. But right now it's all about like nurturing yourself and just showing up for yourself in this way. And yeah, exactly, you just want to focus on yourself. So that's what I'm reading right now. No. And I'm really sorry that, you know, your boyfriend is just like MIA and like doesn't know how to deal with it and just, you know, disappears. It's just like, obviously, uh, what can we say about it, right? It's just really disappointing. But let's just focus on whatever mess wants to come true for you. It's about timing. So it's like, it's a really important thing around this is the timing of the year, the clock. I'm seeing like the clock, but it has to do with the seasons. The seasons are changing. And there was something about, I don't know if it's a watch, it's a clock, it's something. Like sometimes, right, when you have like a watch or something and there's something engraved into it, And so it has like a special connection or a bond or something like that. But I'm just going to let whatever comes through come true, and I'm just gonna let it out. Like maybe right now certain things may not make sense, but maybe afterwards it will. So I'm just gonna give you whatever is coming true. Just a little side note. It's because I'm trying to stay open as well to maybe receive some messages from your past loved ones, because sometimes that do it happens. Okay, so that's your dad. Yes. What was that with that um watch? Like something with the watch with the band. Transformation, leap of faith, yeah. Beautiful. I'm so glad you have two twin girls. You have like you're surrounded by feminine energy, because when it comes to your bloodline, the women are strong. Mm. It will appear again. It will appear again. Don't worry. Like things like disappear and then they come back up. Yeah, the feminine energy within your like your family line basically is a lot stronger. No, they keep you in the here and now, and they remind you that you also need to take care of yourself in order to take the best care of them. And so that's something that is really strong message for this time as well. It's like, even though yes, you are a mom and you do the day-to-day things, taking good care of yourself right now and really seeing like, hey, I may need a little bit more of this or may need a little bit more of that, which means that maybe my girls need to go to this or stay at school a little longer or whatever. Like understanding that that's okay, and that's actually what the universe asks of you, because you show and you teach your girls like, hey, it's okay to have moments where you need to take care of yourself in order to be the best version of yourself, to be the best mom or best whoever. And that's an energy that I'm feeling. Aw, I love that beautiful gift that you got. Yeah. Yeah, just in general in your life, feminine energy is much stronger than the masculine energy. They're quite weak. Sorry, I'm not calling them weak. Just the energy is a little weak. And right now, I just, I'm a little. I need to like neutralize the energy around my personal opinion about the lack of support. But you know. Okay, your words. All right, I gotta stay love light. Yeah, a little weak. But let's just see, because this is an energy and a time. You have Butterfly Maiden, Ain is showing up, and Istar as well. Which are the first card is transformation. Then you have Leap of Faith. That's when you take the jump. And then you have the boundaries, which is very strong energy. So you're saying you are experiencing enormous change right now, which will eventually bring you great blessings. Then you have Leap of Faith. Take a risk and put your heart's true desire into action. So really take a leap of faith. Understanding that when you take leaps of faith and you take a chance, you really are supported. Because I feel like when it comes to, for example, your dad and your grandfather, they may have not been able to really support you in the way that you needed while they were still here in the living world. But I am feeling that from in the new form, in the new state that they're getting, like they're capable of sending you a different level of support. And that's something that you will see starting to play out more and more um, in your life. It's like you do have a little moments of like, ooh, I don't know, must be some help from you know, out there, but that's an energy that I'm feeling. They also say this is a very important one. They're letting you know, love yourself enough to say no to others, demanding on your time and energy. It's the entitlement of it all, okay? Mm-mm. So you have come a long way, sorry, Natasha. You've come a long way. Like you've been with me for years. I remember, that's the thing. It's like it's been a long, long time, and also just overall, I've seen so much change and growth in your energy. But you are definitely going through one of those transitional phases in your life. But it's important to understand that come from a place of softness, because once again, like I said, the feminine energy around you is much stronger, and also because you've never really felt that you can completely let your guard down around anyone, because you felt you just couldn't really completely lean on anyone. So with that, we kind of become this pillar of energy for ourselves, which by it also, gives more space to people wanting us to become that pillar for them as well, whether they are masculine or feminine, doesn't matter. But what I'm sensing with that is that sometimes you don't allow yourself to embrace that your emotions, and to really feel like it's okay to let your guard down. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to not have all the answers. Like that is something I'm feeling like you're becoming by saying no to others out of the name that yes, you might have the time, but you may not have the energy. You may not have the capacity. You may need a day off, a day to yourself, a day, a hobby that you only do because it makes you feel good. Period. Not because it puts food on a table, not because it's for your girls or for anyone else in your life. It's just because it makes you feel good. And that by itself equals into good positive energy that eventually will serve others around you. So that's something that I am sensing. Mm, Six of Pentacles, yes. That equal give and take comes from releasing of the Seven of Swords. It's like you still have to get some stuff off your chest, but also I feel it's okay to give back to yourself. It's okay to be open to receive. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, you know what, I can do it, but I'm not gonna do it because I just don't want to do it, and that's okay. Giving yourself a little bit more of that grace will balance the energy out a little, more. Seven of Wands, yeah. I know. I know you're standing up for something, and you have a strong, that's giving you energy when you're like strong and you go out there in the world and you try to achieve certain things, and you want to protect, and you want to give back, and you want to give your girls like a beautiful like childhood to look back upon, and then want to give them what they want and want to set them up for life, in a good way. And I get all of that, and it's beautiful, and it does bring you a lot of strength and energy. But you're also part of this picture, you know. King of Wands, yeah, beautiful, passionate. So there is more stronger masculine, like more balanced energy coming towards you. Like you're attracting um, a different type of energy because you're just so fed up. Because that's the thing. It's like if they if we can only feel sort of balanced about a person because we can put them in ourselves in such a light of potential, like they have the potential, like they're really smart, but they're not working right now, but they're like really good at this and really good at that. But so we look at them through the eyes of the potential that they may have, which equals then their worth, right? So it's not about that. It's like, no, they're very smart, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're showing up, they're consistent, and all of that I admire. And instead of like, no, they actually can be consistent. I mean, they're not consistent right now, but they can be. I mean, they have this potential, and understanding the way to look at that, and the way to choose certain people in your life, and they can come back in when they show ready to show you certain things and show up, and not just simply with a form of potential. And that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm saying. Like, the difference in that energy is coming off a little stronger, you know. Difference in that. Beautiful. 10 of Cups. So beautiful. And like having an equal partnership. Okay, any other messages? Like, yeah, enjoy a little bit of you time, and with the friends around you. Cherry, this shows up for you as well. With the transformation, you're definitely moving into a next phase in life, and that takes time, right? Like I said, right now, off this energy shows up again. 10 of Cups, and we have the 10 of Pentacles, and we have, you know, the boundaries and the leap of faith, and that 7 of Wands energy, which is just your survival mode, and that's why your reading instantly goes there again. But I'm also sensing this other energy of like, this will be here, you know. And right now you just need a couple of weeks to just ground, to just catch your breath, to just do things because they make you feel good. And then you get back on your horse and you go upon on the chariot and on to the next things. And take easy during this time of transition, because it's a lot, you know. And if you take this time, it's also, once again, can only show your girls, for example, that it's okay to take a moment to grieve, and that it's part of life, in the sense of that we can take moments and we don't always have to be ignoring that, you know. So that's something I'm feeling like, just give yourself that space. I don't know, just do the things that make you feel good, even if it's just like a movie night, you know, with your girls, that just makes you happy, with some hot chocolate and some popcorn, and, you know, just watching movies. Yeah, you will see beyond this situation, and it will bring you a lot more. I'm gonna get one more oracle card, but then I'm gonna get an angel message for you, Candice. Oh, sorry, Natasha. Why do I keep saying Candice? I'm so sorry about that. Yes, if you do that, it will definitely be very beneficial. Any investments you're making on yourself, for yourself, by yourself right now, that is really, really beneficial, and has a lot more it's more beneficial than you might expect it to be. But that's really important, like the things that make you feel good. Like, it's doctor's prescriptions, okay? From me right now. I'm not a doctor, but I'm a doctor of the soul, okay? Two of Action. You get the same card. Wow. Wow. And the intuition and insights. Intuition and insights. And the Two of Action. These showed up. One showed up, I believe, in a personal reading, and one showed up actually during the pick a card reading. Okay, your intuitive abilities are very accurate right now, so you can trust your guidance to lead you in the right direction. Follow your own insights over the advice of others, and don't allow fear or worry to guide your way. It may be best to keep your secrets to yourself for now. Okay, with the number 9, or yeah, 18. Two of Action, trusting your ability to make excellent choices. There are opportunities all around you. You just continue to move forward. It may be time to take on a new partner who can help you be successful in your career or a creative endeavor. Keep your eyes on the big picture rather than the details of the moment. And I think overall that details of the moment and focusing on the bigger picture, it's the healing phase. So any tear that you might cry, it's just releasing, it's just getting it out. And instead of feeling like, oh, I doing worse again because I'm out here like crying for this moment, no, it's like, no, it's good, I'm glad I got it out on a bigger picture. So it's about releasing. So definitely I'm getting this energy of like getting together with people, even if it's just a small group, even if it's just someone from work. It's like coming together and having some new energy flow into your life. That's what I'm feeling. That's one of the things that would be helpful for you. All right, well, my condolences and my love, and I'm sending you healing energy. Take your time with this loss, just overall this transition period in your life. Also, don't question it too much, because sometimes we're like fine for like sort of fine, and we're like questioning that, and you're like, is it weird for me to feel this way? But sometimes then it comes like 6 months later, and that's also okay. There's no rule book on how to cope with these type of things. It's just everybody's different and every situation is different. Oh, I appreciate you as well. I appreciate all of you guys that you were here joining me. I really, appreciate you guys trusting me and doing personal readings in this format, in this way, which is still one of my favorite ways. But as you guys must know, like, I don't know if you know, but like personal readings are actually my favorite thing to do. I love doing the generals as well. I've been doing them for years. But personal readings really always have a close, like, connection to my heart. So I always really enjoy doing those, and I'm really planning on coming more live and doing more personal readings in this way. So I'm thinking this is it. Like, my list is done for tonight. I just want to send you guys love and healing energy, and just take it easy during this like new moon energy, and just overall this coming week. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, show compassion for yourself and for others. And I'll be back soon. Okay? Mwah! Bye, guys. I love you, and thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Candace. Sorry, before I tuned out, I just want to thank you because I quickly saw your message. You were on the freeway. Well, be careful, all right? Be careful. All right. I love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you.